Hurricane season 2017 was particularly active, and as you just heard, the cost to the region, Caribbean and Latin American, was very high. So what are the predictions for the 2018 hurricane season looking like? For that, I'm being joined live from Barbados by the Chief Meteorologist at the Caribbean Institute of Meteorology and Hydrology, Kathy-Ann Caesar, to discuss that very same question. Ms. Caesar, thank you so much for joining us. So what path is Hurricane Beryl currently on, and is it posing any threat to Caribbean islands?
Good afternoon, and thanks for having me. Currently, Hurricane Beryl is a very small hurricane at a Category 1 status. It is projected to move to the west-northwest on a path north of Barbados into the Leeward Islands. It is projected to weaken somewhat because of the current conditions, that being upper level shear, relatively cooler waters, and very dry air. So we do expect some weakening as it approaches the islands.
Now, Dominica is already on hurricane watch. Were they truly on the path again, or is this just a precaution given what happened last year?
As I said, the path is towards the Leeward Islands, which puts the islands such as Martinique, Dominica, and Guadeloupe within that range of the path. And so they still should be, again, rightly, because of what happened last year, put us an accent on the precautions and therefore put them under a warning.
Now, how does this hurricane season compare to last? Have there been any advancements in predicting the paths of hurricanes since last year?
Well, we've always been pretty good at predicting the path of hurricanes and very fairly good at the number. What has always been a challenge is in change in intensity of the storm. This year, there has been a significant reduction in the projection for the possible number of storms. Right now, the current prediction from NOAA, as well as from the Colorado State, which usually puts out a seasonal forecast, is only projecting about between 10 and 14 storms, of which 6 to 7 could become hurricanes and 1 or 2 will become major hurricanes. And this is because of relatively cooler waters, some of the coolest waters that we've seen for a number of years across the Atlantic.
Now, the Caribbean Institute of Meteorology and Hydrology focuses on prediction, research, and training. What did last year's hurricane season teach the institution?
What it taught us was, again, to be always vigilant. What we saw was a heightened activity because of warm sea surface temperatures, and we were looking at that particularly this year. Also looking at the trends in the El Nino situation, and that is in terms of the forecasting. In terms of resiliency, we're looking more at how we can assist the region in being more resilient, in being, one, ready for storms, as well as activities to help warn the public and all genres, looking at how the messaging goes out, for example, being more impact-based rather than scientific-based.
Thank you so much, Ms. Caesar, for chatting with us. We've been speaking to Kathy-Ann Caesar, actually. She's the head meteorology at the Caribbean Institute of Meteorology and Hydrology.